Kawasaki Z800 Best Motorcycle Review 16V, inline 4-cylinder. We're genuinely shocked how good the 2013 to 2018 Kawasaki Z800 Naked is, given how uninspiring the old Z750 was. It's a fitting tribute to the Z's 40th birthday. The ride quality is sumptuous, the motor smooth, and there's power spilling out of it at every RPM. It's a real joy to ride. All the hard work Kawasaki has put into improving the engine, stiffening the chassis and sorting the suspension has really paid off, but it's still on the heavy side. Kawasaki Z800E for A2 license holders. The Z800 is now one of those rare bikes that's beautifully balanced everywhere, easy and fun to ride. As well as being the most refined and sorted Z we've ridden, new riders won't miss out on the fun, thanks to the A2 license-friendly Z800E model. Tires, brakes and agility could all be improved slightly, but these are minor niggles and things you'll never notice if you don't ride like a lunatic. Kawasaki Z800 Performance. Not a separate model, just a few added extras: pillion seat cover, tank pad, dark flyscreen and an Aquapovic exhaust. Nice, but £700 more than the standard model. ABS is an option. In 2017 the Z800 was replaced by the Kawasaki Z900. Once you've read this review and our owner's reviews, you might consider joining an online community to meet like-minded folk with Z800s. We'd suggest the Kawasaki Z800 and Z900 owners group on Facebook is a great place to start. Ride quality and brakes. Based on the old Z750 RS steel tubular backbone frame, Kawasaki has added a cast aluminum subframe section running down each the side of the engine and connected by a tube around the front. It reduces engine vibration and increases rigidity. The double-sided steel box section swing arm is 12 mm longer to maintain the same wheelbase with the bigger rear sprocket. 41 mm KYB forks and rear shock are adjustable for preload and rebound damping. The shock is moved 20 mm to the left of center to make way for the new exhaust. Twin front brake discs are bigger, up from 300 mm to 310 mm, and gripped by Nissin four-piston calipers. ABS is an optional extra. Engine. The Z's liquid-cooled, inline 4-cylinder motor is bored out to 806 cubic centimeters. Bore in stroke is now 71 by 50.9 mm, the old bore was 8.4 mm. Power is up from the Z750's 105 brake horsepower to 111 brake horsepower, and the overall gearing is shorter thanks to a 2-teeth bigger rear sprocket, up from 43 to 45. These two main changes are responsible for the Kawasaki's extra grunt out of corners and power all the way through the revs. Revised intake and exhaust ports, longer intake ducts, up from 36.5 mm to 41.5 mm, and a new intake funnel arrangement, where the inner two trumpets are longer than the outers, all help boost mid-range power. There's a new fully aluminium die-cast cylinder head with plated bores, which is 1 kg lighter than before, 10% lighter pistons, bigger oil jets, wider radius crankshaft journals, a redesigned oil pan, a new cam chain with smaller side plates and new intake valve seat material. Throttle bodies are up 2 mm to 34 mm. Detail changes inside the gearbox and clutch mechanism offer more durability and an easier action. To boost mid-range, the exhaust header pipes are made as long as possible. They curve beautifully outwards before coming back underneath the engine and into a new, stubby end can. Reliability and build quality. Build quality is excellent and up there with the best. We've got 10 Kawasaki Z800 owners reviews on MCN, with an overall score of 4.4 stars out of 5. Common problems include a lack of kit and lots of vibration when riding, both of which can be solved by adding your own extras. Value versus rivals. The price of the Z800 on par with its main Japanese rival, the Suzuki GSR 750. It's a fair way cheaper than Yamaha FZ8, but more expensive than the class-leading Triumph Street Triple. Equipment. Although there's an ABS option, you get no electronic rider aids in the Kawasaki Z800 specs, and it's devoid of fancy designer labels, but new headlights and nose fairing are the most obvious difference to the old Z750. There's also a new belly pan, hugger, radiator shrouds, a slimmer fuel tank, plastic fuel tank wings and a slimmer rear tail unit. The new LED rear lights form two Z patterns and the seat is also full of Zs. Handlebars are now flatter and further forward, and there are new luggage hooks. A new 3-part LCD dash has its tacho display in the middle segment and it flows up and down like a graphic equalizer. As well as a speedo, odometer, clock, dual trips and engine temperature, the Kawasaki dash now has a fuel gauge and an ecometer. Optional extras include a fly screen, crash protection, a single seat unit and under tray.